Perk, Amina Smith here with you. And the Celtics fall to the Pacers 128-107, and those 128 points, tied for the most points that the Celtics have allowed in regulation so far this season. Perk, we knew that this was going to be a tough matchup. I wonder how many people at home scoffed when we talked about it being a tough matchup, but what happened out there in this game?
I mean, it was just an embarrassment. Probably the worst loss in Celtic history. Now, look, I don't want people to overreact. This is the power of a back-to-back. This is when you hear players say, you know, hey, man, we coming off a back-to-back, and then people think, oh, a back-to-back don't mean nothing. Then all of a sudden you see the Celtics three-point shooting go down because they don't have their legs, or you see they can't keep up with the pace for some reason, or they can't guard their opponent. The reason being is because that workload from the Detroit game, where you could see Jayson Tatum playing 38, 39 minutes yesterday, Jaylen Brown playing a lot of minutes. That affects a player. That's why when a team is waiting for you at home, no matter what their record is, they're still a professional team, back-to-backs could hurt.
And Brissett out there dropped 27 points in this game. He was averaging about 7 points per game before tonight. Why did the Celtics have so much difficulty containing him?
Because it was more so about him and less about the Celtics. It was about him, you know, getting that golden opportunity and embracing it. And once he got off to a good start, you know, it's hard to slow him down. But he didn't do nothing but just play with a lot of energy. He didn't try to do anything outside his body. He just played with a lot of energy. And I think that's what a lot of young players need to look at. Look at this game and see, when you get opportunity, this is how you take full advantage of it right here.
Brissett definitely took full advantage of his opportunity out there today, and it looked like the Celtics could not do anything with him out there on the court. Scal joining me here right now at the desk, and Scal calling the game Brissett. I mean, he was all over the floor, and literally prior before tonight, I'm sure Celtics fans had no idea who he was.
Yeah, so it was one of those games where the Pacers played fast, and Brissett did not pass up opportunities to knock down shots. None of those guys did. You saw the way that the Pacers shot the three. No hesitation. Didn't matter if they missed three in a row. They were going to let that thing fly. And I knew going into this was going to be a tough game from the standpoint of, like, the speed at which the Pacers play, the spacing in which they play. Like, our defense is predicated on teams, like, being a little confused. One thing about the Indiana Pacers, they were thriving off of our switching defense today. So they were just trying to crack us off the dribble. This went back to, you got to be able to guard your position, and we were unable to do that today.
And the Pacers were letting it rain from three. They shot 52% from beyond the arc. Perk, just how were they able to have their way from three?
Because they couldn't stop dribble penetration. But, like, these shots right here, and I don't know if I jinxed the Celtics for as Halliburton. We'll get into that later. But, I mean, they just had the confidence. I mean, look, I never was a shooter, so we might need to ask Scal this, but they started to see them go down early. And once they had that confidence, I mean, you know, once you see one go down early, it's like it's almost butter. But I can't relate to three-point shooting. I'm not going to sit up here and lie. So maybe Scal, because Scal has some pretty awesome nights from the three. Maybe he could tell you. I can't tell you once you get going how it feels.
Perk, when I get a layup, I feel good. Like, it's like once you get anything. Perk, if I went up and you got a goaltend call against me, I feel like I'm hot from three. So that's what all NBA players, when they feel like, all right, I got a bucket, I'm on my way. When you get a stop, you know you're not going to give up a bucket all day. It's different. You have, like, defensive on fire. Like, if I made a layup, I thought I was on fire.
Well, Tatum also, he had 24 points tonight, but also missed 10 threes out there. You know, Scal, as you watched the game, why did Tatum struggle on the court in this one? Did it have anything to do with the back-to-back?
I don't think so. I just didn't like the way that we played offense today. I didn't think that we were holding the corners. Like, I really thought, okay, Grant Williams going to get an opportunity to start. He's going to play well for us. But I felt like he was out of the corners a lot. I didn't think our spacing was great today. So, therefore, when your spacing's not good, then, you know, you're relying on guys like Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown to go back to old basketball, like to Celtic basketball or in December, not to what we've been seeing lately. We start the pregame show talking about the passing, but the passing was not there today because I just didn't feel like they were nearly as spaced out as they should have been.
Perk, what looked different about Jayson Tatum in tonight's matchup?
Scal, you know this. Look, I understand the passing, but let's not act like Jayson Tatum wasn't missing wide open looks. Like these are look. I mean, you know what I mean. And you don't think this had anything to do with his legs and the workload and playing 39 minutes yesterday in Detroit? You don't think that had any? Huh?
I'm more like I've seen him on other back-to-backs. Maybe he had a tough All-Star or something like that, but when guys are coming off a week off, I didn't feel like it was legs. I felt like it was energy. Perk, I thought you nailed it right from the start. You're saying it's an energy game. It's an energy game. The Celtics got to play with energy. How many of the 48 minutes, how many times did you feel like the Celtics had better energy than the Pacers? 10? 5?
They did, but that's when you got to credit Rick Carlisle for coming up with a game plan for playing fast. Like, okay, I'm gonna make y'all run. I'm gonna make y'all get out and transition even after made baskets. Like the pace that the Pacers were playing at, it was almost like, no, we're gonna make y'all defend, we're gonna make y'all move, we're gonna make y'all work. So on the offensive end, y'all gonna be tired. Like they were wearing them down in all aspects, from just the way that they were cutting, they were running the floor, active. Like it was just the activity and speed was on a whole nother level. Look, the Pacers were out there moving like, Ja Morant and Kyrie Irving, and the Celtics were moving like me and you.
Oh my goodness! I don't know if they were moving that slow, y'all. I don't think they were moving that slow out there. But
hey, someone look up who's faster on NBA 2K, because I know I'm really slow. Perk or Scal? Who's faster on 2K? I want to know that answer.
We got to get that answer. You see the final score right there, 128 to 107.